Hello, my beautiful friends. I'm Shannon, and on my channel, I talk about manifesting as a lifestyle. This is lifestyle manifesting. So I want to remind you, if you need additional help, I have one-on-one coaching available. I have a free Facebook group. I have a VIP membership group. I have a course called Master Your Reality by Mastering Your Self-Concept. So today I want to start talking about this is an assumptive world, okay? Your assumptions are creating your reality. The assumptions that you make at every moment in time will steer and direct you into your future experiences. So circumstances don't matter. It doesn't matter if you're in a situation where it's something you don't like, but what does matter, right? I mean, the circumstance doesn't matter. What matters is your assumption about that circumstance. What is your assumption about that circumstance? What is your assumption? Even in the face of experiencing things you don't want, are you assuming that it's not working and you don't have your manifestation? Because it's an assumptive world. And if all you need to do is assume you're getting your desire no matter what, you already have your desire. Okay, so your assumptions that you're making in every moment of time create your reality. Yeah, so I just wanted to remind you of that, because the assumptions that you make on every topic, that's what's creating your reality. The assumptions that you hold on every single topic, every conversation, your assumptions about who you are, your assumptions about your specific person, your assumptions about people at work, your assumptions about strangers on the street, all of those assumptions are creating your reality. So when you're in a situation and you're having an undesired experience, you want to create new assumptions. Create assumptions that this is my old reality playing out. It's all done. It's just playing out, but it's done. Okay. Create the assumption that you are powerful. Create the assumption you're already with your specific person. Create the assumption that you are loved by all. Create the assumption that your specific person is head over heels in love with you. Create the assumption that it's easy for you to get what you want. All you have to do is create the assumptions that align with the end result of you having your desires, of you living a good life. Create the assumption that you're living your dream life. Because all you need to do is keep affirming, stay loyal to that idea in your imagination, and you will. Your world will transform where you're living your dream life. Even when you're not. Even when you look at the 3D and you go, yeah, but I'm not living my dream life. All right, but here's what you need to do to live your dream life. You're affirming the reality that you want to experience. You're assuming that reality by saying it, by feeling it, by knowing it, by imagining it. Okay, that's what we're doing. Okay, I love myself. I like that. I have homecoming next month. I want my SP to ask me help. All right. Okay, so, oops, sorry, I kicked that. You're wanting to create the assumption that you're already going to homecoming, right? It's already like they want to go with you. So what you could do is you continue to affirm this specific person is going to homecoming with you, right? Imagine your reality as you are the main character, okay? So you keep affirming. You can contemplate in your mind in as many ways how they might ask you out, okay? Now, as you're affirming this, you affirm the reality you want. You could script it out if you want. Script out what that night, imagine it already took place. It took place like a week ago, and you're imagining homecoming. What happened and how did it look and how did you feel and what did you see and how was your interaction? Script out your ideal scenario of what you want to happen and imagine as if it already happened. And then you take from what you scripted and you use those as affirmations. Or you could read what you scripted and you read that every day, and you're reading it with the knowing that it's already done. You're reading it just imagining and feeling that reality that feels really good. All right. If your mind has doubts and worries at some point throughout the day, you're gonna soothe yourself and say, no, I'm really great, and I know this is happening, and I know I'm the creator, and I know I can imagine whatever I want. This reality is mine. All right. So keep imagining that you've already gone to the homecoming together. I want to manifest moving out and passing board exams next year. Can you talk about manifesting in different areas? Yeah. It's the same with no matter what the desire is, it's always the same. Okay, it doesn't matter. So start imagining, like, where are you moving to? So our world is an assumptive world. If you're already assuming, you're going to be assuming, you're going to think, I'm already passing those board exams. I'm passing those with like flying colors. Like, I am so good at taking tests, right? You're creating that version of you. You're assuming that version of you. I'm really good at this. It's so easy for me to take tests. It's so easy for me to read something and have a great memory. And it's really easy for me to take tests. Okay, now where do you want to move? You're a picture. It's your assumptions, right? So where do you want to move? Like, picture that already and start talking to yourself as if it's definitely happening, okay? It's all about, what is our self-talk? Is our self-talk, the inner conversations that you're having, are your inner conversations worry, doubt, fear, it's not happening? Or is your inner conversation that you're having with yourself like, it's going to work out. I'm getting what I want. I'm moving to this place. Somehow, some way, I'm going to get what I want. Everything in this reality is made for me. Everything in this reality is responding to me. Oh, and the proposal. You're already engaged, okay? One of Neville Goddard's techniques that he talked about many times is he imagined, right? You just imagine you already have the engagement ring on your finger, okay? So as you're falling asleep, imagine, your eyes are closed. You're just gonna imagine that you have an engagement ring on your finger. And what does that ring look like? And you don't have to know the total details. You could either just imagine that you have a ring on your finger. You could imagine, you don't have to actually feel your hand, but you're gonna use your imaginary, within your imagination, your imaginary hands to feel the other hand on your left, wherever you'd wear it, right? On a left hand, usually in the US, on your left hand, and you're imagining you're feeling that ring on your finger, and you're going to, you could feel it on, right? Now, your self-talk needs to, you want to have your inner conversations align with that, okay? The inner conversations would align with, like, well, so proposal, let's go all the way to the end, to marriage. Like, I am an amazing wife, and I am an amazing partner. I'm the best wife. I am loved. I am cherished. I am adored. Okay, what does it feel like to be engaged? What does it feel like to feel that you're in a relationship? You're going to be practicing it's a solid, it's not just the relationship, but it's a relationship where it's for life. Okay, that's what you're practicing and imagining. You're feeling that. You're feeling that reality. Florida Mermaid. Okay, I'm trying to manifest a favorable lawsuit, but I'm wavering. It's okay. So you can create imaginal scenes where you imagine you already got the message from your attorney, and your attorney is like, I have great news. Okay. What would it feel like if you won? What does it feel like to receive that great news? Other ways you could do it. You have imaginal conversations as if the lawsuit's already favored in your way, right? It's already complete and you won this lawsuit. So you're imagining it's already done, and you're telling your best friend or a family member or someone important to you. Imagine you're having the conversation about the lawsuit. Guess what? Lawsuit went in my favor. I'm so grateful that I won. I feel so good about this. Okay. So you're going to calm yourself. You're going to relax yourself, and you're going to have those kind of imaginal conversations, right? You guys could do this with any desire also. Okay. With a proposal, imagine your best friend. You're having a conversation like, oh my God, your friend is saying, I love your ring. It's stunning. It's so beautiful. Imagine friends and people saying congratulations to you. Same thing with any of those questions that I've already asked about homecoming. Imagine that your friends were like, oh my gosh, congratulations. That's so exciting that you two have gone to homecoming, and you're such a great couple, and I admire your relationship. Like, those are things that friends would be saying. Like, you guys are perfect together. That's what they'd be saying. You look so cute together in all those pictures, right? You're going beyond the end. You're going to the end and you're imagining as if, right? And you're having imaginal conversations as if it already took place. Because you're making the future now, right? The past, present, and future are only right here, right now. So you make that future moment now by imagining it's now already taken place. Okay. And you could do, while you're imagining from the future, you could also say intentions from the present moment at the same time, right? I intend this lawsuit goes my way. Everything's working out for me. And then, so the more that you could focus on, it's all working out for me. That's the result you'll end up having. Okay. Leslie, can you manifest someone to chat and be bad to you? Oh, sorry, cheat. Cheat and be bad to you when they were everything you wanted forever? Yeah, you can. Well, when someone cheats, remember, you're the only thinker in your universe, in your reality. You are the only thinker. And everyone in your reality is a reflection of your inner world and what you're thinking within and what you're assuming within. And if someone cheats and they treat you badly, it has everything to do with you because it's your perception about them. It's your assumption, without talking to you, do I know exactly what it is? No, but it's either you assumed maybe this person wasn't going to be loyal to you, or you assumed you could have made a judgment about them. They look like the type of person who doesn't stay loyal. All right. So it is you. It's you, but here's your power. You created it. You can change and align with any reality you want. All right. So how you get clear on what you do want. Okay. You want this person to be faithful and loyal to you. You need to affirm that reality and imagine that version of them and only that version of them. You're not going to imagine and contemplate the version that you don't want to experience. I want to manifest my ex-boyfriend. He told me he doesn't love me. Okay. Well, it's only because you have an assumption that he doesn't love you. Some assumption about it. Okay, whether you're not maybe you put that person on a pedestal, maybe you were worried. It doesn't matter because all you have to do is pay no attention to the fact that he told you that. Okay, and what you need to do is you're going to focus on yourself. And you're going to focus on yourself and you're going to think about yourself as you are radiating love that everyone's attracted to, and your ex is attracted to that. They are attracted to the love that you radiate, right? So imagine yourself being that version of you. I am love and I radiate love and he's attracted to me. He's attracted to me. So you want to feel chosen and you want to feel adored and you want to feel like you're number one. So you have to become that version of you. And you do that by affirming it and by feeling it and by contemplating it and by imagining in relationship to him how he sees you. Start imagining that he sees you on a pedestal and he's treating you like a queen or a princess or a goddess. Imagine what that would feel like. All you need to do is keep contemplating and imagining that. And you give more importance to that imaginal scene than you do to the actual 3D reality, because the 3D reality is just the old thoughts and beliefs that you held and whatever was playing out. It's just going to play out and it's going to be done. And the more that you do not pay attention and give importance to the 3D reality, it will dissolve away, because the only thing existing in your reality is whatever you're aware of. Your awareness and your consciousness is what you're experiencing. So you've already been telling stories your whole life, right? People watch The Bachelor, they watch drama, they see competition, they see this, we watch that. Now, guess what? We're watching that kind of stuff. We're experiencing that kind of stuff in our reality. Okay? So it could be something general or specific. How we believe ourselves to be is based on experiences through life. I notice when my manifestations are here, I go back to the old thoughts and fears because I get scared. Okay, yeah. I don't see the other part of your question. Okay, so this is probably just a pattern that you have to break, right? The pattern that you want to break is you have to reprogram yourself to have new thoughts and new beliefs, but you want to get solid on those, because sometimes we think, oh, I'm solid in my self-concept, because while you're at home or while you're by yourself or you're in your car, and you feel like really sure and secure of yourself. But then when you're in interacting and co-creating with other people in reality, sometimes we're reverting back because we're having a memory with that person, or we're having we're just kind of going back into we're falling back into our mind. Well, the biggest step that you have right now is that you're realizing that, right? That you realize that you're the creator, and you realize that you're manifesting, right? That your reality is aligning to your thoughts and your beliefs, right? You see that. So that's powerful knowing. Now, old thoughts and fears, just look at the 3D reality, and you have to say, no, this isn't true, right? This isn't true. Okay, maybe you want to ask yourself, why do I feel scared right now? Why do I feel scared? Well, I'm afraid of being rejected. Okay, if that's the example, right? If you're afraid you'd be rejected because it happened in the past, you want to be reprogramming yourself with ideas of that's not possible to be rejected, because you're the only person in your reality, and you're rejecting yourself. So you have to replace it and say, you know what? I'm not scared. I intend to not be scared, right? I intend to feel more empowered. I intend to know it's all going to work out for me. I intend to know how powerful I am. Okay. You really just have to replace fear and feeling scared with new beliefs. And those new beliefs are, everything's going to work out for me, and this is okay, and I'm getting more confident, and I'm more sure. If I want to manifest a relationship with a specific person, is it done the same way? Yeah. It doesn't matter if it's money or a specific person, a car, a house. It's the same way for every topic. So whatever I'm talking about, just apply it to your desire. In order to manifest something, whatever you want to manifest, you're having that desire because it's already existing. That reality is already existing where you have your desire. You're feeling separate from that desire, and that's why you're having this desire. Okay, so it's already existing in the quantum field. It's already existing in the fourth dimensional reality. In order to manifest, to align and be in that reality where you have your desire, you want to have the thoughts and the feelings from that version of you in that reality. Okay, you want to feel like you already have it. Okay, so the key is, even though you don't have it in the physical world, you need to practice feeling like you already do have it. All right, so you're practicing feeling that I already have this relationship, and this relationship's mine. And now you're practicing the thoughts of you, the version of you in that relationship. When you're in a solid relationship, you're like, I'm a priority, and I'm the most important person, and I know I'm the most important person to my person, and I know that they love me, and I feel loved, and they love me, and they show me they love me, and they tell me they love me. All right, those are all thoughts living in the end. Those are the thoughts you want to be saying and practicing. Okay, and you're going to persist and replace those thoughts with any doubts and fears. Because then when you go, oh, but I heard that they like someone else. Or maybe even a friend tells you, I heard that they asked someone else out. Guess what? It's not true if you don't believe it's true. But if you start to worry and doubt and feel insecure and feel not chosen, then that's going to all play out where they do ask somebody out, and now all of a sudden you're hearing about it and you're seeing it and you're witnessing it. Okay, so when that kind of experience comes into your reality, how do you overcome that? Well, you're not going to give it any importance. Whatever your friend says or whatever you see, just give it no importance, and know that all you need to do is shift into the reality that you want to be in. Is you just keep affirming, no, they're with me. I don't care what I see in the 3D reality. I know I'm the operant power, and I'm creating my reality with my thoughts and my beliefs and my assumptions. That's something you can say to yourself. Nikki, hi, I'm new to the VIP group. Do you post daily, and are the Zooms saved? Yes, they are. All the Zooms. So I go live between 4 and 5 days a week. Today's Sunday, so I'm not live on Sundays. I did a live Q&A yesterday. Usually on Saturdays is a live Q&A, and Sundays the day that I don't have any. To access any, if any of you are interested in joining my VIP group, it's free for 3 days. And all the videos that I have recorded, I probably have at least like almost 100 videos recorded underneath the topics. And you'll have a private message from me sometime today, okay? And welcome to the group. Anne Marie, any idea why I keep accidentally manifesting dream partners, but they live very far away? Thanks. Yeah, well, it could have something to do with, are you emotionally available, right? These are things you ask. You could even ask yourself. You want to ask yourself, why do I think I keep choosing a partner that isn't here? Are you wanting to have a relationship, but you're kind of afraid? Are you wanting to have a relationship, but you feel like unsure if they're emotionally available? Are you wanting to have a relationship, but you kind of feel chosen, but not necessarily, or there's some feeling unsure or insecurity, all right? So more importantly, you can manifest that they move to you. Do you understand? All that really matters is you understand that you're the creator, and all you need to do is affirm the reality the way you want it to be, okay? So, okay, you're gonna say to yourself, I manifested the dream partner in my life. Now, let's say they live far away. You're going to be affirming, do you want them to move in the same city where you live? You could create that. You could create that they ask you to move in with them. You could create that they have, look, creating our reality is so literal. It's like what we're thinking is what's happening. You could, if you stay loyal to the vision, you just write the story how you want it to be, script out the story how you want it to be. If you want them to have a job promotion in the same city as you can manifest that. Even if you want to have them move to a different city and they ask you to move there. Okay, so get clear on what you want and then keep affirming that story. We talked about better communication, but he still doesn't. What can I do? Well, it's just the fact that you're noticing that he doesn't, okay? You had a conversation about better communication, and then you paid too much attention to the 3D where there still wasn't communication. When you're deliberately creating and manifesting in your reality, you have to, even though you don't see it yet in your reality, you have to have more faith in what you don't see, in the unseen reality. You have to have faith in that reality, all right? So you're going to continue, because right now you're like, we talked about better communication, but he still doesn't. That's an affirmation. Consider that your affirmation. You just affirmed that right now. And how many times have you thought that? And how many times has that topic come on your mind? And you're like, yeah, we talked about it, but he's not doing it. And we talked about it, but he's not doing it. That's all an affirmation, and that's all creating your reality. Okay, so here's what you do. I know it's like you got to shift how you perceive reality. You only say and affirm the way you want it to be. Okay, you talked about better communication. Let's say you notice that it didn't change. You're in that moment, you're gonna affirm, I'm receiving more communication all the time. I'm getting a message every morning. You keep affirming it until it manifests and it's revealed in your reality. Okay? You just continue affirming. You continue staying loyal to that vision. Create imaginal scenes. What would it look like, right? What does that look like? How do you feel when you're receiving constant communication? And you're like, this feels really good. And I love that my SP checks in on me. And I love that my SP loves talking to me all day. And create that visual in your mind of what that looks like. Not just communication, but a deeper connection in your relationship. Create the deeper connection, and that they are deeply connected to you, that you are deeply connected with each other. And so that's what you're continuing to affirm. I guess what the trick is, even though, because we give so much importance to the 3D, before you wake up to realize you're the creator, that you can manifest things in your life, you've already been manifesting. We just haven't called it manifesting. We were calling it living life. Okay, so we're still just living life. You're living life, but now you're realizing it's your thoughts that are creating your life. It's your thoughts and assumptions and beliefs, and the sum total of everything within you, your inner world and your imagination, is what's creating your world. All right, so use your imagination. That's what happens first, your imagination. It has to be there first before you see it in the 3D reality. So if you're affirming in your imagination, the 3D reality is only a fact, it's second. But sometimes, because of the past experience, we look at the effect and we create from the effect instead of creating from your imagination. So when you're affirming in your imagination, right, you're affirming and feeling this reality. It doesn't matter what you see in the 3D reality. It doesn't matter what you see, it's already done. You have to, that's how you want to stay loyal to that vision in your imagination. Okay. Remind yourself, wait, the 3D is just the effect, okay? Because the minute you say, anyone says like, but it's still not happening, Well, you're looking at the effect instead of creating. You're the creator. Why are you looking at the effect to create? Okay? So that's kind of what trips people up. You have to learn to shift and not give so much importance and not create from the 3D reality, but create from your imagination. Okay, so this is mental discipline. It's mental discipline because you might see something that you do not like in your reality, and it might be something that just is manifesting and being revealed to you now, and it might have been dominant thoughts that you held for many years that just are being revealed right now to you, right? You're just experiencing now. So even in the face of these unwanted experiences, it's not only it's like a mental discipline emotionally too, because you don't want to be emotionally attached to that. You want to go more, if you want to be a powerful creator, you got to go in your imagination. Hello, hi Kay. How do you get rid of the old story with SP? You do that by replacing it with a new story. Okay, yeah, so you get rid of the, you get rid of the old story of the SP by replacing it with a new story. So one way you could do that is because when we look at a person, we've already attached memories to that person, okay? So maybe you want to imagine that because there's infinite versions of your specific person. There's not just one version of them. And it's really a powerful way to think that you're not necessarily, you're not changing your specific person, you're only changing within your imagination and reflecting a new version of them. So picture that there's two of them. And there's an old version, and that's the old version, an old story, and that you want nothing to do with. So anytime you think of that old version, that's just like, version is just like sitting in their house and they have nothing to do with you. Now you have to imagine the new version, okay? The new version in the same house, but you're imagining, or you're like wherever they live, right? You're imagining that new version. Now what would the new version who is head over heels in love with you, what are they doing and how are they acting and how do they treat you and what do they say to you? Okay, that's the version that you want to picture, and you have to replace it. You replace a memory with the new memory. Okay, you're not spending any time focusing on the old version. You have to keep replacing it. That's why this is a mental exercise. You replace that. Okay, when you shift into a new identity, they will shift and reflect your new identity. Okay, that's why you only need to work on your self-concept, and they're going and generally the story about them reflecting your new self-concept, and you'll be in a relationship. You just have to, and so let me clarify self-concept. Self-concept means you are the version of you with your desire. That's what it means. The version of you with the desire. Okay, change your identity to be the person who has the relationship. Change your identity to that. So what would that feel like if you have a relationship? What would that feel like? What does that look like? How do you feel? How do you wake up? Okay, because if you are identifying with the version of you who still feels hurt and still feels rejected or still feels unwanted or feels hurt or feels ghosted, that version only aligns with the old version. Okay, you have to change and be the new version of you. And then you will see a shift where they are reflecting that new version of you. There to share. Give us 3 new affirmations off the top of your head. I mean, they're not all new. I've already said. Okay. I am living my dream life. Look, say that. You go to the end and you're like, I have everything I need. All my needs are satisfied. Okay, those 3 are really powerful. Go to the end. It applies to every area of your life. If you said, I'm living my dream life, and this is all true. And you're saying to your best friend, you know what? I am living my dream life. That implies dream life. If you're living your dream life, it implies you're living your dream life romantically. You're living your dream life with your career and your business or whatever. You're living your dream life with the way your personal relationships. You're living your dream life with your passions. So that would be a powerful one to affirm, right? I am living my dream life. I have everything I need. That implies you have, if you're saying I have everything I need, then you have your desire. Okay. All right. So, but do you see when you're going to go to the end with those concepts and those ideas? All right. So those are ways that you go to the end, which imply other areas of your life, not just the relationship. But you want to live your dream life, not just in a relationship, but in every area of your life. Okay, empathic Ricky. Yeah, any tips on how to speed up your manifestation? I'm a powerful manifester. I know what I'm doing. I'm really good at this. I manifest easily. I manifest effortlessly. I manifest overnight. Things come to me. I'm like a magnet for my desires, right? That's self-concept. Your self-concept of being someone who's, I'm a master manifester. I'm really good at this. I speed things up. I know how to create my reality. I know how to manifest a specific person. I know. Okay. Now remember, what you're assuming this version of you, and you be it, you become it. Okay, you will be this version of you. All right, it can happen overnight, but here's your goal, and your job is to consistently affirm and feel that reality, because your reality will reflect that, and you'll have a reflection, and that will help you build your belief, and you say, yeah, it is working, it's working. Okay. Now, other ways to speed up your manifestation. Well, you're not going to look at the 3D and judge the 3D and say it's not happening. Because the minute you judge 3D, 3D doesn't create, you create. Okay, that's what you got to get under your belt of understanding. It's not the 3D that's creating, it's you that's creating. But sometimes we look at the circumstance and then we create from the circumstance. Instead of doing that, you're continuing to go in your imagination, you're creating from within. You're creating from here, not from the 3D. Yeah. Inspired Dad said, change your beliefs. The faster you do, the faster you manifest. Okay. I manifest a lot of things instantly on many topics. And I just started affirming I manifest instantly, and I'm really powerful, and I know how to do this. It's Yogi Girl. Your vids have helped me so much. I'm stepping into my reality with so much acceptance and belief. Yay! Congratulations. Okay, I'm so happy for you. Okay, beyond Callie. Shannon, is your higher self and subconscious mind the same thing? Yes. Okay. Here's the thing. Your belief is what's manifesting. There's ideas of like super conscious and subconscious. Okay. For me, I just simplify it, okay? And I've also heard maybe Neville Goddard and Joseph Murphy identify your subconscious mind, your imagination, that's the same thing, one and the same. Subconscious mind, imagination, it's your infinite self. Your consciousness, that's the same thing. Higher self, God self, universe, right? Source energy. It's all your subconscious mind, okay? So think about your subconscious mind as your faithful servant. Your subconscious mind is there your subconscious mind outpictures what you're believing and what you're assuming. Testing 553. How did it all click for me? Well, I already could see when you have a shift in your life, right? When you kind of lose everything or you have some traumatic event, that's usually when people wake up. And what happened for me was I lost kind of everything I knew my life, like how my life was, and it just shifted overnight. And everything I thought my life was, it wasn't. And then I started just having realizations, like I noticed that everything I was thinking was happening. Right, but you don't realize it in the moment. It's like when you think about what happened, it's like connecting the dots of the past, right? And when I connect what I've been thinking about and what happened, and I could see I thought about that and then it happened. And then the biggest shift was I just deliberately shifted. I deliberately changed my perspective or conception of something and I started practicing deliberately. So yeah, I saw that it was happening in my reality already. And then I started my search for, well, what the hell is going on here? That was my journey. Okay. And then that's how I found Neville Goddard and Joseph Murphy and Florence Scovel Shinn. And I mean, all the greats also, like Think and Grow Rich was probably one of the first books I read where they talk about infinite intelligence. Emmett Fox, In the Mental Diet. So all of those books align with it. Align with reality creation, and you're the causation. Okay, Anna Louise. Hey Shannon, my friend bumped into my SP so close to home with his fiance. I'm hoping this is movement, but I can't stop thinking about him still being with her. All right, but that your reality is only what you're aware of. Your awareness and what you're aware of is what's creating your reality. And when you're aware that they are together and you can't stop thinking of him being with her, how are you feeling? Are you feeling like you're not chosen, or you're feeling jealous, or you're feeling rejected? You have to dissolve that and step into love. You have to step into you are love, okay? And you have to replace a memory of them together with the two of you together. If you think about them, then they're going to be in your reality, okay? You have to overcome that vision and that picture of them together by imagining you with him over and over and over and over, and you're replacing that image, okay? Because you're the one, it's the only reason they're together is because of you. Do you understand that? The only reason that they are together is because of your perception, okay? Even the fact that your friend bumped into them, I know from my own experience that probably means because you put too much focus on them, and now they must come into your life. And then that's how they came into your life. That situation came into your life through your friend to show you, right? It's all a reflection of your inner world. So maybe you have a fear about it. Okay, so dissolve the fear by stepping into your power of being a creator. Okay, you have to see yourself as the priority, the number one. You are the rare, precious stone, and you embody and be that version of you where it's like you picture and visualize that version of you only. And your specific person feels that's how they see you. They see you like a goddess. They see you as a priority. So this is you working on your self-concept of seeing yourself as a priority in the relationship, as chosen, as a prize, or as maybe not like the idea of a prize being your number one cherished, right? You're treasured. Okay. Not just affirming it, but you need to truly believe that and believe it more than believing that the two of them are together. Christine, what if SP is still cocky, arrogant, and disrespectful? But I changed my old story, and self-concept is so much better. Keep focusing on it, because that person is only cocky, arrogant, and disrespectful because you're picturing and imagining. You're not imagining them. You just haven't changed the version of them. Okay, you need to see a new okay, your self-concept is so much better, but you also need to see a new version of them. Okay, so here, remember, self-concept means you are the person in the relationship. That's what it means. So if you're the person in the relationship, he's not going to be cocky and he's not going to be arrogant. Okay, so you got to imagine that you're the version of you who is loved and adored by him. And he, sorry, I'm just saying he, but let's say SP. SP is chivalrous and kind and charismatic. You got to see that version. So that means you're going to the end of self-concept feeling that way. So you could create imaginal scenes, but you don't even have to focus on him. He will reflect a new version of him when you see yourself in the self-concept that you're treated like a priority and you're not taking anything below that kind of standard of being a priority and you're the most important thing in his life. Okay, or SP's life. Okay. Now, here's some things we could catch. So, So let's say you're working on your self-concept, you're feeling more empowered, you're feeling more confident, right? I am confident, I am empowered, I am in this relationship, I am loved, I am chosen, you're feeling better, okay? But are you having conversations or thoughts with conversations with friends or thoughts by yourself about, yeah, but he is still cocky and he is still arrogant. That's the old story. You got to shift to the new story, and you have to stop talking about the old version of him and stop focusing on that old version. You see only the new version from the self-concept of being in the relationship. Only the new version of him, okay? Or her, SP. I intend you're all having realizations, right? So that's something you can have intentions about, right? I intend, like, go to bed at night thinking, I'm going to have realizations, or throughout the day, right? Throughout the day, have ideas of, I have downloads of information of how I create. And I'm having realizations. I intend to have a realization to see how I create. I intend to realize that it's easy for me to manifest anything I want. Oh, but do you know why I manifested him, but he keeps going with other girls? Well, there's some perception that you have of we're manifesting based on how we identify ourselves. Okay, so in order for you to manifest someone who's completely loyal to you and wants to be with you and only you, then you need to see yourself as that version. Okay. I don't know. Did you make a judgment about him? Did you look at him and say, he looks like the type that's not ready for a relationship? Or did somebody say, he's freshly out of a relationship? And then we can create an assumption, oh, wow, he's out of a relationship. Is he even ready to be in a new relationship? Maybe he just wants to date around, right? This is an assumptive world. And if that's your assumption, your assumptions manifest. All right, so let's go to the solution. Let's be in the solution. The solution is you affirm the reality you want. This is what you say to yourself. He wants me and only me because I'm the best and I'm the greatest and I'm like the catch. I'm the one that everyone lines up to be with. I radiate love that she is attracted to, right? He is attracted to. So it's that self-concept of being the person in the relationship. Those are the thoughts you would have. Imagine you're telling your best friend what your relationship's like, okay? And just practice that. That's an imaginal scene, inner conversation in your mind. That is a technique. So imagine you're out to lunch with a friend and they're like, oh my God, you have the best relationship. Like he is, I was going to say at your beck and call, not that, but he is so in love with you. I could just see it. Like your friend is telling you this, like I could just see it in his eyes. Like there's photos of you two and he just has this look on his face, how in love he is with you. He is so loyal to you. I mean, there is no one else but you. And like, what would you be saying back to your friend? Like, I am just so lucky. I'm so loved and I'm so lucky. I have my dream life. Like, what would you be saying? So that's how you get into that identity and version of you by practicing it in maybe different ways, practicing it with a conversation with a friend or a family, having the thoughts you would have of being in that relationship. Okay. So if you're feeling, okay, so I get it. So maybe you didn't see where that came from, that he's going out with other girls. Then the minute he goes out with another girl, what are you feeling? Are you feeling jealous and angry and not chosen and rejected, or feeling like insecure? Because any of those feelings your world is just going to show you what you feel within. So if you feel jealousy, then your world just shows you, oh, okay, you're jealous. Let me show you that you're jealous. Okay, or if you feel insecure, your world it's a mirror, and that mirror will show you, oh, here your insecurity, here's you're insecure, and here's a reflection of what's within you. Okay, so if it's any of those things, which you can identify and you can figure out by kind of asking yourself those questions, whatever it is, just let it dissolve now, because it's you. You're the only one in your reality with the ability to think. Okay, and your quantum bubble, you're in your own quantum bubble of reality with infinite versions of everyone. Every single person is reflecting your perception and your conception of them. Okay, so it has nothing to do with the girls, because they're only in the picture because of you. So you got to dissolve those feelings of insecurity or jealousy or whatever it is. Okay. If it's the story, if it's the story about maybe you made a judgment about him or other people, okay, you got to change those stories and you align it to the story you want. Okay, think about reality creation as it's storytelling. What story do you tell yourself throughout the day? We're just storytelling, and we didn't even know we're doing it. So if you're someone who goes and gossips with friends, guess what? That gossip and all that complaining, all of that's going to manifest in your world. Okay, because you're creating your reality from here, from whatever you're consciously aware of. So dissolve all those kind of behaviors. Chris, how to celebrate my birthday this Friday with SP? All right, well, okay. I imagine that you already had your birthday and you celebrated it together. Okay. So same thing, like I just said, the techniques I was offering with SP just a minute ago, right? It's the same idea. Imagine what did you do? You're with your best friend, and it's already a week after your birthday, okay? It's already a week after your birthday, and one of your friends that you don't see all the time, you got together for lunch or whatever, you're chatting on the phone, and they're saying, oh my God, what'd you do for your birthday? And you're telling your friend what you did. Well, my SP, you're going to say their name, right? Oh, my SP is so incredible. Took me out to a restaurant, was so sweet. Like, what would that look like? Okay. Paint that picture, affirm that reality. Okay. You could also set intentions at the same time. You could have an imaginal scene or imaginal conversation like that. And at the same time, during the day, you haven't set intentions at the same time, because there's only the eternal now, right? There's only the now moment. But the goal is for you to focus more on the picture that you are together, not on the picture that you're not together, okay? When you're focusing on not being together and a specific person is not with you, then that's the reality you're going to experience. So you have to spend more time. I intend that we are together, and paint that picture of what it looks like. Whether it's from the now imagining the future, or being in the future imagining it as if it already happened. Or you could create an imaginal scene where it's your birthday right here, right now, and what are you doing and how are you feeling? And you can imagine that they're right in front of your face and you see their eyes and they're across the table and you're out, doing something fun, and you guys are laughing together and you're having fun, and there's a birthday cake and there's like candles and like, you're just having a great time and you're feeling really good, feeling really relaxed, and you're feeling right. That's the feeling state you want to dwell in. You dwell in that feeling state of, yeah, this feels like, how good does that feel, right? You can bring emotion into it and heighten that feeling with your emotion. You don't have to, but that's a powerful way to add to that feeling. Okay. Heather, I feel like I'm thinking so many little thoughts. How can I dictate them all? I don't know what you mean. I feel like I'm thinking so many little thoughts. How can I dictate them all? Do you mean you're micromanaging your thoughts? Is that what you mean? Versus, well, you could have general, if that's what you mean, have general thoughts, like general thoughts about your thinking, general thoughts about what you're living a good life and it's happily ever after for you, right? I'm always in the right place at the right time, and I always have opportunities, right? I always walk into opportunities and they're always available, to me, and there's so much abundance in this world, and I am love. And, so I'm not sure what your desire is. But if you want to write some more, I can try to get back to this question. Okay, user 188. My ex broke up with me and left our apartment. What do I do? Okay, well, you want to manifest them into your life. You need to be imagining that they walked through that door and they said, you know what, let's talk about this. Imagine, all you have to do is imagine you are together. Imagine you are loved. Be the version of you who doesn't feel sad, okay? Because when there's a breakup, there could be usually, but maybe not in every case, it could feel like shock, but if you're feeling rejected and sad and you can't get out of bed, that's that version of you. You got to shift out of that. And you have to shift into the version of you who is with your person. So you start looking at yourself and be the version of you where you're like, hey, I'm amazing and I'm a great catch and I am beautiful. And I am the best partner. I'm the best girlfriend. I'm the best boyfriend. Okay, you want to be seeing yourself in that highest regard, like you're the chosen. I feel, feeling chosen and feeling wanted. If you're feeling unwanted, your world would just mirror you to show you that's what you feel within, that you're unwanted. Okay, so you don't want to feel unwanted, even though that feels like it's the situation. But in order to manifest this person into your life, you have to embody and feel wanted and chosen. You could also create imaginal scenes, like, specifically with your person, like that they really care about you, and they just needed a moment to think about it, and they realized how much they can't live without you, and that you're the best thing that ever happened to their life. Okay, that could happen as a realization within a split second with anyone. Okay, it's happened in my own life, so I know that. So that's what you don't want to think they're off doing something else or they're happy without you, or you don't want to think of that story. You want to create imaginal stories, because your imagination create imaginal stories that they're having realizations about how much they miss you and want you, and realizing you are the one and you're the only one. Okay, Liz, applying for a new job, having some doubts, but trying to change my thinking. Yeah, so I mean, what we need to do to create our reality is you're just continuing to create blueprints of how you want reality to be, your reality to be, right? So for a new job, okay, think from the version of you who has the job, okay? So imagine you already have the job. You're valuable and they see your value, and you're the one who everyone wants to hire. So it's like, what's your perception of yourself? Is your perception of yourself like, I don't know if I'll get it. I don't know. Will this job be hard? Or, okay, you instead be more secure by affirming it. The more you affirm it, you'll feel more relaxed. Okay. So you're affirming things like, I am confident and I've got this job and this job's mine. And even when I don't know something, I'm someone who can figure things out, and I'm the best person for this job, and I'm the most valuable person. Okay. All right. So you change your thinking by replacing it with your old thinking. Okay. It's reprogramming yourself to have better thoughts about yourself. Okay. So I'm always trying to make the story of how they are going to end before we get back together. Yeah, I know you had your other question up. All right. How they are going to end before we get back together. Oh, okay. Are you talking about that third party? Yeah, don't worry about how they are going to end, because in the middle, now it would be better because you're still putting focus on them, right? If you're putting focus on them, I mean, you could just think it's over, okay? Now go to the end of you. Don't think of, you're like, is it going to end this way, that way, that way? Do you want this to quantum jump and quantum leap into this reality now? Put no attention on them and how they're going to break up. You don't have to know that part of the story. All you need to do is go to the end of you and you back. You are in the relationship. You are together. Spend more time imagining that their head is on the pillow right next to you, and your eyes are just gazing at each other, and you're the last two people that look at you, like you look at each other right before bed, and it's like there's just this love, and what are you saying to each other? Like good night, and you're embracing, and what does that feel like? And what does it feel like with your specific person putting their cheek right against yours, or whispering something in your ear before bed, like sweet dreams, love, I love you. Okay, so those are things you could be imagining. Don't even put any, because here, like when you go to the end, you're not going to the end if you're focusing on how they're going to end their relationship. Go to the end, and all of that will be orchestrated in your favor if you just go to the end of being together, okay? And you keep replacing third party with your own image, okay? You can imagine that even if you saw a picture on social media, instead of seeing what you really see, Imagine you see your specific person with a picture with you, okay, and you replace it. We can do revision that way. Who wants to be an accountability buddy and a scripting buddy? You can join my Facebook group for free if you want to find someone in there, and you can put a message. I also have my VIP monthly subscription VIP group. You can join free for 3 days. Maybe you would find a buddy in there, but you know, that group is accountability, where I'm in that group every day, whether I post something, go live on Zoom or not, I'm in there, and you could chat with me privately, or you could chat. There are chat rooms where you could chat with other people within the group as well. So those are a couple ways that you could do that, okay? Whenever and whatever I consciously manifest, there is always movement. Yes. There's always movement. That's something you want to be thinking, right? There's always movement. We just need to remind ourselves that there's always movement, because we can't see the movement. When the baby is in the belly of the mama, you can't see the movement necessarily. All the organs and everything that's forming in the baby's body, you don't see that movement. Okay, you'll see movement eventually, right? The belly getting bigger. When you plant a seed in underground, you can't see what's happening underground when you planted the seed, but that seed starts to move, and it's growing. The seed is growing. You just can't see it because it's underground. Okay, so that you want to create that there's some level of trust that there's movement. So you affirm it. Okay, there's always movement, even though I don't see it. And then you can bring up those kind of examples. Okay, you order an Amazon. You're not seeing movement. It's not like you're seeing your Amazon. Oh, you can actually follow it, right? But you placed your order. You placed your order. Okay, your thought is a seed that you plant. That's placing your order. And all you need to do is just say and know that it's done. It's yours. How can I get into the feeling that it's done and not have anxiety of waiting? You know what? If it were done, it is done already. But to get into the place where where you feel like it's done, when you have a physical manifestation, aren't you like thankful and grateful and excited and satisfied or fulfilled? So that's where you want to get to, right? Living in the end, the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Gratitude, all you really have to do is go into a state of gratitude. If you're feeling anxious, waiting, go into the state of gratitude. Be grateful for what you have in the world. Be grateful for what you see. Be grateful for the things you don't see. Be grateful that you've already planted the seed and it's done, okay? So going into a state of gratitude does not feel anxious. That should help get you to a place where you feel more like content or satisfied, right? And that's living in the end. That's still living in the end with your desire. The wish fulfilled. He blocked me 4 days ago. I'm so sad. I thought I meant something to him, but clearly no. I mean, everything you're saying is manifesting. Okay. What do you say? What do you do in this situation? First of all, you have to detach emotionally from this, because I get it. You're sad. Feel the emotion. Let that emotion run through you. Okay. And now I want you to, when you're done feeling sad, don't let that last for days. Just decide you have to create a new habit. Okay, you create a new habit by having new thoughts. Have new thoughts about how great you are and you're an amazing person, okay? And you have so much to offer, and that's what you're going to focus on, the great person that you are, all right? Now, your thoughts create. So, you don't want to be saying, but I thought I meant something to him, but clearly no, because you're manifesting that. You're actually creating that. You thought you meant something, but clearly you're not, okay? And now your world is only a reflection of what you feel and think. So it's only going to do, the reality only reflects what you think. So you need to change that thought, okay? You know what? I think I do mean something to him. I know I've always meant something to him, because I'm valuable. I am like a precious stone. I'm like a masterpiece, and I know I'm valuable to him. I know I mean something to him, okay? So you got to switch that story that you're telling. Okay, and now you're also affirming, like, you're not blocked anymore. You're not blocked. You're in the relationship. Okay, you're affirming that reality to have that reality reflect back at you. Shelly, affirmations for thicker, healthier hair. My hair, like, Here's the thing. It doesn't matter what products you use. All that matters is how you perceive and visualize. So visualize, my hair is so healthy and shiny, and my hair is grows long and it's thicker. All you need to do is focus on the idea of health and well-being and how powerful your body is and how powerful your cells are, okay? And that's all you need to say is what you just said there. My hair is thicker and healthier than it's ever been in my entire life. That's it. I love how beautiful my hair looks every day. I love how thick it is. I love how healthy it is. All right, guys, I love you all. I do have to run. If you need additional help, I have one-on-one coaching available. I have a free Facebook group if you want a community where you could ask questions there, or you want to link up and hook up with somebody that could maybe be like a manifestation buddy. I have my self-concept course, Manifest Your Reality by Mastering Your Self-Concept. It's a blueprint for creating your reality. You have to be the version of you with your desire. So that course helps you. Helps you go through exercises to practice being and feeling that version of you. And you consistently practice that every day until it manifests, okay? You guys are powerful. Love you all. Have a great night. Bye.